to Canada's finest bookstore, Ben McNally Books. And Ben has been a great friend, and I was privileged to see this bookstore in its gestation from proverbial napkin to where the shelves get together and the floors, the barn boards, and the old trees from under the ocean, all sitting on top of a 4-inch steel vault. A man who turns a bank into a bookstore, and he's one of the great literary people in the town, and I'm delighted to consider him a friend. And he has been very generous. Anything you purchase tonight, a portion of the proceeds will go to the O'Connor House project, and for that we are extremely grateful. Thank you very much. And it was a good opportunity to bring the community down to see this great place. And you know, he has another thing that goes on first Sunday of every month, where it's Books and Brunch, where you get eggs, Ben McNally, and 4 authors. It's a wonderful event at the King Edward, and if you go on the website benmcnallybooks.com, you can find out the opportunity you will have to attend those. On behalf of the O'Connor Project, I welcome you all, and like to introduce our board. We have Christine Doyle, Christine O'D Doyle, Jimmy O'D's daughter. We have Coleman McSweeney, who did a lot to get everything together today. We have Leslie Hennessy from Senator O'Connor College School. Maura Walsh is here, and then our fearless leader herself, none other than Mary Fay, whose the O'Connor House project is largely through her exceptional and tenacious activity to bring this project forward and make it a reality. So on behalf of us all, thank you very much for coming. Now this project is to build an art gallery, museum, community center, place for the Irish, and it's a challenging process. And W.B. Yeats in 1913 wrote a poem about a similar project going on in Ireland, and it's titled "To a Wealthy Man Who Promised a Second Subscription to the Dublin Municipal Gallery if it were proved the people wanted pictures." And I think this it's relevant, so I'm going to give you a bit of it. You gave, but will not give again, until enough of Paudine's pence by Biddy's halfpennies have laid to be some sort of evidence, before you'll put your guineas down, that things it were a pride to give are what the blind and ignorant town imagines best to make it thrive. What cared Duke or Coley that bid his mummers to the marketplace, what the onion sellers thought or did, so that his Plautus set the pace for the Italian comedies? And Guidobaldo, when he made that grammar school of courtesies where wit and beauty learned their trade upon Obrino's windy hill, had sent no runners to and fro that he might learn the shepherd's will. And when they drove out Cosimo, indifferent how the rancour ran, he gave the hours they had set free to Michelozzo's latest plan for the San Marco Library, whence turbulent Italy could draw delight in art whose end is peace, in logic and in natural law, by sucking at the dugs of Greece. Your open hand but shows our loss, for he knew better how to live. Let Paudines play at pitch and toss, look up into the sun's eye and give what the exultant heart calls good, that some new day may breed the best because you gave not what they would, but the right twigs for an eagle's nest. And that's, I think, what we have with O'Connor, the right twigs for an eagle's nest. The twigs are the stones that structure the architectural order of the nest. the nest as the locus for the race. And the O'Connor House can be the locus for the Irish community. It can be a place for the next generation, and with your help and with your support and your willingness to help, and in this crucial time as we're going through the process of the feasibility study. And that poem was written in 1913. At that same year, Frank O'Connor and his wife Ellen opened Laura Secord candy shops on Yonge Street. And that same year, the Abbey Theatre were in Toronto. Lady Gregory visited. We don't know whether they visited Laura Secord's shop, or we don't know if Frank O'Connor went to see the Abbey Theatre. But we do know certainly one thing, that Frank O'Connor knew how to give. And he became an exceptionally wealthy man and gave his money away to a variety of causes, none, not the smallest of which was the institution that our author tonight, David, works at, the St. Michael's College at the University of Toronto, and where Frank O'Connor endowed the Institute for Medieval Studies Library at $12,500 a year that enabled Gerald Phelan, the librarian, to go across the world to get a collection that is second to none in North America of ancient manuscripts that stands there today on Queen's Park Circle. So in building O'Connor House and having that kind of impulse, it's to reconnect with that sense of giving and make something that will be a locus, a focus for the next generation. And which brings us by circuitous route to today's wonderful celebration of the work of David Wilson. David is somebody I met first, I found out about first from the ambassador to Canada, Ambassador of Ireland to Canada, Ned Brennan, who used to spend a lot of time actually in the Medieval Studies Library. But he called me up one time and he said, there's this new book out, or a new pamphlet on the history of the Irish in Canada. And who is this David Wilson person? And so the book was a phenomenal eye-opener because I was working in the Ireland Fund at the time, and here it was within the pages of this book, the story and why the Irish have, as the book said, blended and to the point where they're no longer recognized as being Irish, that the criteria for success was to kind of hide. And went to meet David, and it turned out he was, I had known others of his work, in particular a series of ideas broadcasts on contemporary politics in Ireland. And that was a phenomenal thing. And we got together, and we have known each other since. David's told us after Bicycle and Tin Whistle, or through that D'Arcy McGee, I'm going to work on D'Arcy McGee, and every time I'd run into him in the annex or on Queen's Park Circle, he'd say, "Oh, I just got him to America," or "Yeah, I got him back to Ireland," and it's a long time coming. But in the process, he produced a book, United Irishmen, United States, Immigrant Radicals in the Early Republic. He edited a book on the Orange Order in Canada. He is a man of tremendous enthusiasm, and I suppose on ratemyprofessor.com they don't have enough superlatives for him. But he's also a wonderful musician.